Welcome back, everybody. Brian Kilmeade, thanks so much for listening. It's my privilege to bring back to the show, I should say, Eli Crane, founder and CEO of Bottle Breacher, 3 tours of duty in Iraq. And as we get set to recognize Memorial Day, and a lot of people will be having barbecues, Eli, you think it's much more than a barbecue or getting together with your family for you?
Absolutely. I've got a lot of buddies that are no longer here, and, have so much respect for those that have come before me and worn the uniform and have paid the ultimate price. But there is one thing I'd like to point out to people out there getting ready to celebrate Memorial Day, and that's that, a lot of these men and women that have paid the ultimate price, really wouldn't want us to mope around and, feel sorry for them. They'd want us to celebrate this country and the freedoms that they've provided with their sacrifice. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing with my family.
That's great. So that's also, you're a retired Navy SEAL. We just want people to recognize it's not just a Monday off.
Oh, absolutely
This is people that lost their lives fighting a series of wars for this nation now in the past and current. And for you had a huge adjustment. Fighting was the easy part. Coming back to America, getting adjusted, and then finding a business that's as rewarding as serving in the military, that was a hard part.
Yeah, it was extremely difficult. I don't think most people realize, how much small business owners and entrepreneurs have to work to get, their business over that hump. While I was an instructor for the last 2 years in the Navy, my wife and I would work tirelessly, every single night, far into the morning and on weekends as well. And I wouldn't change it for anything. It's been very difficult to do, but it's also been a real blessing and given us a real platform.
But like a lot of athletes, when they're in the game, they know it's not going to last forever. You were thinking like this, and you were whittling and doing some things and experimenting with something now we know as Bottle Breacher. Tell me about that.
So yeah, we started out, and we are Bottle Breacher, and we started out with 50 caliber beer bottle openers, and they're really cool because they're
shells, right?
Yeah, they're 50 cal, 20 millimeter, 30 millimeter. We've got keychain bottle openers that are shaped and made out of real bullets, and they're just phenomenal, and people love them. They go crazy over them.
You also have a grenade too, correct?
Right. We've got a grenade that we call the Freedom Frag, and we just launched our newest product, which is the Bottle Breacher baseball, and it's really cool because it's made out of steel. It's made right here in the USA. It looks like a real baseball, right? And you open it up, it's magnetic, and then that opens your beer right there.
And that's really the key. Cool. Whatever you're drinking, this will open it up, because I can't tell you how many times I'm looking for a can opener. I might as well have something themed like this. And this is really cool. It looks like a regular baseball. So, Eli, you're able to do this, and a lot of people saw you on Shark Tank.
Yeah, absolutely. Shark Tank was a great experience for us. A lot of businesses that go into the Shark Tank don't have great experiences, but for us, we went in there and I was really confident with our sales and just this, the story and everything that we were doing, and we walked out of there with a deal with Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary, so it was a really positive
experience.
Got
the two big guys, and
yes,
number
sir.
one, you have to show composure under pressure. That's what a Navy SEAL does. When everyone else's heart rate speeds up, you're slowed down. What was that like, knowing you're on national television, knowing what it can do for you to convert this opportunity to a deal? Describe what was going on inside.
No, it was pretty funny because my wife was, we were in the green room waiting to go, and we were the last pitch of the day, and she was like, "Eli, you seem really relaxed. I need you to get excited. I need you to have a lot of energy." I was like, "Babe, when it's time,
this is what you do.
When it's time, I'll get excited." And it was great. Both of us did really well, and I was just really excited about the opportunity. And thankfully, we came out of there doing really well.
What have they done? What did they give you? What have they done since?
Well, Kevin O'Leary is constantly promoting Bottle Breacher. Matter of fact, Jen and I just flew down to New Orleans a couple weeks ago for an Inc. magazine conference and called GrowCo, where we were able to speak and promote the business. And Mark Cuban, he has a company called Mark Cuban Companies located in Dallas, Texas, and the whole reason for their existence is to help his Shark Tank companies.
Really? And so, do they actually give you money right out?
Yeah, there's no blueprint, no structured deal. Our deal in particular was we were seeking $150,000 for 10% equity in our business, and we went out of there with $150,000. 75 from Mark Cuban, 75 from Kevin O'Leary, and both of them got 10%.
All right, that's great. Pretty good partners. It's a great story, and the success is just starting. So you want to provide your story to other veterans. So that's another reason why you're in town, correct?
Absolutely. I came into town Monday to do an event called Elite Meet. And that's a really cool event. It's only their second one. And the whole point of the event is we took 37 special operators that came to New York City, and we paired them up with experts from the entrepreneur, finance, and tech world to show them what some of their possibilities as they get out and transition and turn that page into the private sector could look like. And then we also introduced them to people that could help them find jobs in those sectors.
Well, that's key. Also, you just think there's a huge drop-off. One, you know you're fighting for the country. You're in command of a unit in some cases. And when you come back and you're just one of the people on the streets and a job you have isn't nearly as rewarding, that's a subtle, real come-down. That's a psychological body blow, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's in many cases, it's worse than that. You know, we have over 500,000 unemployed veterans in the United States. And people talk about, how many veteran suicides we have on a daily basis. It's over 20. And I believe that that's one of the biggest reasons a lot of vets, really struggle when they get back. It's a lot of people will come up and say, hey, thanks for your service. Let me buy you a beer. But as far as going the step further and actually helping them acclimate and readjust into the private sector, that doesn't happen very often.
If you want to do something patriotic and something really creative, especially if you have a barbecue this weekend, you have another one coming up on the 4th of July, when you go to open up a bottle, you have an instant conversation speed topic when you guys use a bottle breacher to do it, because you'll see it looks like a weapon. Kind of scares people when you're going through airports, I imagine. But you might have to check that. Am I correct?
Yeah, we do recommend that people check these. And in many cases, especially with the Freedom Frag in general, we actually recommend that they ship it to wherever they're going.
So this week, we've spent a lot of time. And by the way, these are, I'm just getting these right now. These are a spatula.
Yeah, so those are the bottle breacher barbecue utensils, and they're really cool because they use 50 cal ammunition as the handles, and then as you can see, we cut out bullets in the spatula, and it's all made in the USA, which we're really proud of.
That is pretty amazing, and we're seeing all these products right now. Can't tell you how many times I'm cooking, and I'm sweating, and then I need an opener because I choose Corona. I know it's a Mexican, and I should be thinking American, but this is my answer. Now, I've been interviewing a lot of people this week who are in the military about what's going on in Manchester. You know why? The battlefield has gone from the battlefield to the cities. So now we're asking people going to concerts to do what you do. We're asking our law enforcement people to do what people usually do in camouflage, aren't we? That's how this war has changed.
It's really sad, but it's not surprising to many of us. Many of us who have studied warfare and have been in warfare and are warriors understand one really simple concept, and that is that you either take the fight to the enemy or the enemy will take the fight to you. And over 8 years of President Obama, we couldn't even mutter the words, radical Islamic terrorism, let alone take the fight to the enemy. And so you're starting to see it spill over onto our shores.
Yeah, and we got to help the cops and firefighters and everybody else because they're going to be helping us out. Eli Crane, congratulations on Bottle Breacher, an entrepreneur, a great soldier, and a retired Navy SEAL helping out those who serve still. Thanks, Eli.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it, man.
Keep it here. I'm Brian Kilmeade.